I'm sure there's probably so much dry shampoo in my hair, but it's fine. So if you're watching this, it's the future and the pins have already gone on sale. So if you've bought a chip pin, thank you so much. I just thought I'd open this video by giving you a little desk tour because I've got everything organised. I've got my envelopes, I've got the pins, I've got the backing cards. I think we're ready to go. So yeah, future Sophie's probably laughing at this, thinking it was all so neat and then chaos ensued. Is that the right word? Anyway, let me give you a quick desk tour. Okay, so this is my little office for this morning. It actually looks very neat today because I just did a quick Instagram picture, so that's why. But here's a quick tour. Smarties and water, they are just to keep me going. Everyone's going to get a really cute little white envelope. I just wanted it to look really pretty. These are some chips that I prepared last night because the pins and the backing cards, we ordered them separately, so I put the pins on the backing cards. Try my best to make them centered. Some are a tiny little bit off, but yeah, they're almost all perfectly in the middle, so please forgive me if yours is slightly off center. And then I've got stickers, so everyone gets a thank you sticker on their envelope, either with a gold or silver star. And then the last thing is my label printer, so I print your address from the invoice that I get sent when you order. It literally like flies out of this thing, it's amazing, and then it comes out like on a sticky label. So I just pop it on the envelope, add your stickers, add your pin, however many you ordered, and then pop them in the bags. And it's that simple, really. It's really, really enjoyable. I'm absolutely loving it. So yeah, that's how it works.
Good morning and welcome to Portsmouth. It is the second last week of tour. How are we here? How did that happen? Where did the year go? So exciting, but so bittersweet, obviously, because in 10 days I get to be back with my family and, you know, get to be with Sophie and Chip every day, which is just going to be the best thing ever because I've missed them so much. But obviously I've so loved being in the show and seeing everyone every day. Like, this group of people is just the best, so it's going to be really hard not to be seeing them every day as well. But yeah, I just can't believe it. Like, every day at the moment I'm just like, how are we here already? But yeah, so we're in wonderful Portsmouth. Today is a double show day and I'm playing Trevor for the first show, and it's my last ever Trevor, so just like another little thing to make me a little bit sad, but also, you know, don't be sad that you'll never do it again. Be happy that you got, don't be sad that you got to do it at all. Be happy that you got to do it at all. So yeah, and I love playing Trevor, to be fair, because he's really grumpy. So we have that, and then tonight we have a cast meal at which we are going to be presenting everyone with like the awards for the tour. I think they're going to be called the Winston Awards, which if you've seen the show you'll understand why that's a joke and why it's funny. So yeah, basically I just thought I'd bring you along for the day. Let me just give you a quick tour of the room though, first. Right. This is it. It's bijou, to say the least.
Good morning. Oh, you're gonna pull my dress down. Stop it. I just thought I'd give you guys a quick cleavage shot. No, outfit of the day, because I know a lot of you like dresses as well. This is from Pull and Bear. It was about, I think about £20. And it's just such a nice like throw-on swing dress. I like it, and then it's got little like tortoiseshell buttons. What are you doing? Chip! What have you got? Oh, it's a bubble, thank you.
One of the nicest things about being in Portsmouth is that for the last couple of weeks the weather has been really grim, but look at this! Just like incredible blue skies, sun. I mean, I can't see you, but the sun is beaming.
Oh, you said that? Right, oh, okay, lovely. Thank you very much indeed. No, you've been very helpful as always.
So here we are, dressing room 7. Messy as ever. Trevor's stuff behind here, my Robert stuff, because I'm doing that tomorrow. The one thing about this dressing room that I find really weird, right, is that these desks are so high that when you sit at it, you feel like a child. Like I was so low down, it's so bizarre. I mean, it doesn't look like it now that I'm showing you on camera, but it feels very weird. Of course, Benj is here.
You what? I mean,
you right?
Aye.
So yeah, this is the King's Theatre, South Sea. It's beautiful, it's massive. So I think it's about 1,400 seats. Am I right, Benj? But it's lovely. It reminds me a lot of the King's in Glasgow, actually, I have to say, which is my home theatre, but it's so nice.
It's so cold, but I just wanted to show you my car because if you don't follow me on Instagram or Twitter, you won't know what happened to me the other day. I kind of had the worst day from hell. Chip got really ill and then I got crashed into on the motorway. Somebody went into the back of my car on the motorway, which was probably one of the scariest things that's ever happened to me. I wasn't prepared for like how loud it is when someone crashes into your car. So this is the back of my car and this chunk like flew off and we had to leave it on the side of the motorway, so you can kind of see like right inside. So yeah, poor Toothless, poor little thing. I'm actually getting a courtesy car tomorrow, which is exciting, and this car's going to be taken away, so yeah, let me go inside, put the kettle on, and I will tell you the story of what happened.
So we are halfway through the show. I'm all Trevorified. The beginning of the show, I made one mistake that led to another mistake, and then I just totally forgot to put this on. And this is really important because my character makes, or the character I'm playing today I should say, makes a little speech at the beginning and then he goes off and says some stuff backstage which is kind of important. And if you didn't have this on, you can't hear it, but luckily the crew here, or our crew on tour, are amazing. They realised before it actually happened, and then as I walked off stage, which is exactly when I need it, he literally had it to hand to me so I could just like do my lines into it. So what an absolute legend, Glenn, you hero. One thing I wanted to talk about that I haven't obviously spoken about, and I think it would be kind of weird not to speak about, is the fact that Soph was in a bump on the road on Sunday. It was super hard to be away from her during that time, because obviously all I wanted to do was like get in a car or, you know, like run to her and just look after her, and I'm so far away obviously, and I just couldn't do that. I just felt so helpless, and luckily, you know, it worked out that it's not too bad. Like, she's in a bit of pain I think from whiplash, but it could have been so much worse, and I think that's the scary thing, do you know what I mean? And it really has taught me to just not take anything for granted. But I felt super guilty as well, because obviously I chose to take this job and I chose to come on tour, and that took me away from her, and it just really scared me. But I'm so glad that she's okay.
Okay, I'm gonna try, hold on, try and get this coat off one-handed. I'm gonna try and tell you this story in less than 5 minutes because yeah, nobody wants to sit and listen to me talk for that long. Okay, so 2 pretty stressful, scary things happened on one day, and I wasn't filming that day, but I did take a few pictures, so I'll just insert pictures as we go. So it was a normal day. I was sitting on the couch, Chip was coming in and out of the house, he was playing in the garden with Basil. My mum was like mowing the grass, and he just likes to be involved with whatever's happening. So he was quite happy. Then I looked out the window and saw him with something and looked closer, and it was a loaf of bread. So I ran over to obviously get it off him, and then I realised it was a raisin loaf and that he'd eaten probably half the loaf of bread. So I completely panicked because raisins and grapes are just so bad for dogs. They're known to kill dogs. So I rushed him to the vets. He was actually really happy to be there. At this point he was just, you know, enjoying his adventure. They gave him an injection in his neck, and that's when he got quite upset because I think it just makes their stomach contract to bring everything up. So he was crying, he was in a lot of pain I think, and then we just spent half an hour with him in a room just being sick. It was actually quite funny because the nurse had put all these like puppy pads on the floor to like for him to be sick on, and Chip was sick all over the room wherever the puppy pads weren't. So I spent like 20 minutes on my hands like scooping up sick. So that was a real highlight to my day. So after that, after almost £300 to have him go to the vets on a Sunday and then book him in for a blood test the next day to check that his kidneys, I think it's his kidneys, were okay. He got straight into bed. He was just exhausted. Basil was looking after him, which was the cutest thing, and Chip just was relaxing. My mum was cooking in the kitchen, so I decided to go and pick my sister Nina up because she needed a lift. So I thought I'll go and pick Nina up and we'll stop off at IKEA for like 20 minutes because I needed to get a set of drawers for all the pins and the stamps and everything, and Chip was being looked after by my mum, so I just thought I'm just going to nip out for no more than an hour just to get Nina, go to IKEA and come home. Then on the motorway on the way home, we were coming up to our junction to come off the motorway, so the car in front of me started to brake, and then I realised, oh my god, he's really braking. Like he is going from like 60 to like an emergency stop brake. So I like slammed on my brakes, and I've never, I don't think, braked that hard from that speed before, but your car just like jolts and kind of skids, and that's one thing I'm going to take away from this, is that even though you think you've got distance, you need to be able to come to a complete stop from the speed you're going and not hit the car in front. So yeah, that was so scary. I'd mentally prepared myself. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna hit the car in front. Thankfully my car broke in time, probably by like maybe half a meter. It wasn't much in it. I had this like sigh of relief. It felt like maybe 2 seconds, and then we had this massive like jolt from behind, this huge bang, because the car behind me had hit me, and she'd kind of hit me and swerved at the last minute, so the back like chunk of my car had come off, and then she crashed into the barrier on the side. So I was like, oh my god, Nina, we need to get out this car, because obviously we were in the slow lane, cars in the 2 lanes next to us were like speeding by. We're obviously just like stopped. I thought we were going to get hit again by someone else, so we both like crawled out the passenger side. The girl that hit me was like really distraught. I just wanted to make sure that she was okay. It was like really amicable, and I felt guilty for braking, but obviously I had to brake for the car in front of me, and it just was such an unpleasant feeling to see her in so much distress. But anyway, everybody was fine. It reminded me so much of The Office, you know, the American Office with Dwight Schrute. He thinks he's a policeman, doesn't he? Like has like a fake siren, and yeah, this guy pulled up. He looked a bit like Dwight actually, and he had like cones in his car. He had this big flashing like arrow, so he like set up this diversion around our car and was like directing cars around us, and he was living for it. He was like so happy to be there. So that really made me laugh, and I kind of wish Dave had been there because he would have enjoyed Dwight Schrute coming to the rescue. I've had the pins to keep me busy, and can I just say, doing the website and organising everything has just like kept my mind off like waiting for Chip's blood results and waiting to hear from insurance and all those like scary things you don't want to deal with. It's just been like my little happy place and organising everything. So I just want to say, if you've bought a chip pin, I know it was to like help us raise money for our honeymoon, but the last couple of days it's just been like my happy place in my brain that I've been able to go to. So yeah, just thank you so much if you've ordered one, and if you want to order one, by all means do. We would love to send you one as well, and I'll pop the link below if you want to get one.
So the second show has started. I am on as Hamish, my own track, and the pins launched today, like an hour and a half ago. It's 7:30. The show has just started, so they launched at 6, and you guys are amazing. They've just gone down so well. Even just how much you guys seem to be liking them, and like all your comments, and people are tagging us, letting us know that they've bought them and where they're going to, and people are saying they're gonna wear them to Disney, and it's just like absolutely blowing my mind. I just can't, like, I can't even really process that we have merch at all, let alone that you guys are enjoying it, but like that you guys like it and that you want to buy it. So it's very overwhelming. It's times like this I really wish I was with Soph. Like, I really wish that we could sort of enjoy this together, but it won't be long now. And basically I just thank you. Like, I never ever in a million years thought I'd have something like this that's sort of ours, you know, that people are gonna actually have, like a physical thing that's part of us that they get to have. So it's just mental, like my hair. But yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is thank you so much. You have no idea how much we love you guys and how much you mean to us, and we're just so grateful. Okay, so the show is done. We're on our way to a place called the Gin and Olive, which we've been told is amazing. We've like pre-ordered everything. So I think I've got a burger, but I can't really remember what it was that I'm having. And yeah, let's go and get some Winston Awards. Here he is, the man of the hour.
Best shout. That's what I'm gonna get.
That's true. Oh, me and Liam were on for the tracks together, because usually it's one girl and one guy, but the two girls ended up being on together yesterday, so Liam had to do the girl scream. How did it go?
I'm not gonna do it again.
Do it again. It was better than that. Don't even know what to say about that, to be honest.
I think we should have a cheers.
Yes.
Yeah, cheers!
Arr, a mighty fine company it be.
Boys!
Boys!
Cheers! Cheers! I don't have a drink yet, thank you!
That's a drink.
Cheers! Cheers! So I have a mocktail. It is a Shirley Temple, which I think is lemon, lime and grenadine. So I've never had one before, never tried it. So let's do a taste test. Very nice. I've literally just dropped it down myself.
Sorry, I apologise.